On January 31, 2000, Alaska Airlines Flight 261 departed Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, bound for Seattle, Washington. On board were 88 souls, families, couples, and friends returning home from vacations and looking forward to the future. But what unfolded high above the Pacific Ocean would become one of aviation's most harrowing tragedies. The pilots, Captain Ted Thompson and First Officer Bill Tansky, were seasoned professionals with thousands of hours of experience. But as they guided the MD-83 toward its destination, a hidden mechanical failure in the plane's tail began to unravel, a failure that would push their skills and courage to the limit. Shortly after takeoff, the first signs of trouble emerged. The horizontal stabilizer, a critical part of the plane's system, was jammed. The pilots swept through their checklists, attempting every procedure they had been trained for. They had no way of knowing that the problem they faced was unprecedented, a failure that no manual or simulator could have prepared them for. Then, the unthinkable happened. The plane entered a sudden, terrifying dive, plummeting thousands of feet in seconds. Passengers screamed as the pilots fought with every ounce of strength to regain control. Miraculously, they stabilized the aircraft, but the danger was far from over. The stabilizer was forcing the nose of the plane downward. A second, the flight became a battle between man and machine. Unknown to the crew, the true enemy wasn't just a mechanical failure, it was years of neglect and cost-cutting. A whistleblower mechanic, John Leoty, had tried to raise alarms about dangerous practices at Alaska Airlines. Maintenance was rushed, warnings were ignored, and falsified all in the name of saving time and money. For his efforts, Leoty was silenced and pushed out of his career. Investigators would later uncover the root cause of the disaster. The jack screw, a critical component in the stabilizer system, had failed. It had been improperly lubricated for years, its threads worn down to the breaking point. A simple task, applying grease, could have prevented the entire tragedy. But that task was skipped, overlooked in a system that prioritized profits over safety. Even as their plane spiraled out of control, Thompson and First Officer Tansky refused to give up. In their final moments, they fought to the very end, at every maneuver they could think of to save their passengers. When the stabilizer broke free completely, the plane flipped upside down and entered its final fatal dive. At over 250 miles per hour, Flight 261 crashed into the Pacific Ocean. All 88 lives on board were lost instantly. Families were shattered, lives cut short. All big decisions made long before the flight ever left the ground. The investigation into the crash revealed a troubling pattern at Alaska Airlines. Maintenance schedules were stretched dangerously thin, and inspections were delayed, creating a ticking time bomb in the skies. The whistleblower who had tried to prevent this tragedy found his warnings buried under corporate pressure. But the story of Flight 261 isn't just one of loss. It's a story of accountability, of the consequences of honest, and of the resilience of the human spirit. Captain Thompson and First Officer Tansky's courage in the face of insurmountable odds serves as a reminder of the dedication and professionalism of those who take to the skies. Their efforts weren't enough to save the lives on that tragic day, but they left behind a legacy, a warning for an industry, and a plea for change. Flight 261 reminds us that safety must never be compromised, and that the lives entrusted to the skies are worth far more than the dollars saved on the ground. We must never forget